It's kind of a miraculous story in that those few of us that are left of us have such feeling, such passion, such heart, love, desire, want, need to be who we are and nobody else. And I think that's kind of the story that I look at. The persistent native persists.
My great grandmother was in that marched all the way to Fort Tejon and made it all the way back here by herself as a young girl. I always tell people that's just how important this valley was to us. And it's who we are. And um, to me, what they went through to stay here, I appreciate that because that's why I'm here and I love this place. And what they went through is, I can go through a lot more.
I know that people in Los Angeles want to do the right thing. Let's find a better way. Let's be real partners. If we say that we have a partnership with the people, then let's be true partners. It's a give and take.
Hear the stories. I'd say talk to the people. Get to know what it is you're coming to. If we don't talk to each other or communicate, we'll just be in our own little shells and then be all separated by that, by our differences. So it's good for us to know and be aware of these things. And I'd say just be more aware of this land when you're coming through it. It's not just a big desert. It's not just a little town you rip through while you go on your vacation, spend your money. This is a cultural resource.
People of Los Angeles, a lot of them are just not informed about where their water comes from. So they can push for a curriculum that would help to teach Los Angeles people, like kids in Los Angeles, where their water is coming from. So that's one of the first things that we can do is implement a curriculum not only in Los Angeles but in Payahunadu as well that teaches people the real history of water and kind of see what happens from there. But also when we teach people, we educate people where their water really comes from and what it does to the people here and what it's done to the original people of Los Angeles, then start making those changes.
People in LA can be better allies to Tongva in so many ways. Like standing with us on the front line, but not stepping in front of us, not speaking for us, but giving us the space to be at the table and letting our words be heard, not just in land acknowledgements or open up my event, we need an Indigenous person, but actually listening to what we say and then taking action and helping us move forward, creating momentum, spreading the word to your other non-Indigenous friends, stepping back and raising us up as opposed to stepping in front.
It's highly important that we include the Native voices of the area. Native voices in general are good, the Native nations of the United States, but the natives of the area are the people who are going to know the stories. They're the people who are going to know the plants better than anybody. And like I said before, we had a destruction of this river because people didn't listen to the natives of the area. So let this be a lesson. The more you don't listen, the worse things get. So if you will listen to the native people of the area, whether they call themselves Tongva or they go by the names of their villages, if it puts them in the area, native to the area, those are the people that you want to talk to because those are the people that are going to have the answers on how to bring life back the way that it should be.
The people of Los Angeles hold a key role in this struggle because they're the ones with the say. They're the ones with the vote. They're the ones with the power over this entity that controls my valley. This valley is owned by the city of Los Angeles. The people up here, we can sit here and jump up and down and scream and holler all we want, and they just look at us and go, whatever. The people in LA, you vote for those elected officials. You vote for the mayor, all of the city councilmen, who are the ultimate bosses. So that's where your average voter comes in. Because you elected that city councilman, you need to keep him up to date. If you hear of an issue going down in the Owens Valley, get hold of your city councilman. Tell him how important this issue is. Tell him this needs to be addressed. This is wrong. and make them aware so that these things don't just slide through and nobody's even looked at it. That's where people can come in.
The decision makers say we can't do nothing about how the water's managed up there because it requires all those people of LA to change it. But all those people of LA are hardly aware of what is being done in their name to this water, to this place. And we need those people to become aware so that they can tell their decision makers down there that they also need things to change on their behalf. Just like up here we're doing with our leadership. I see a generational shift hopefully happening down there where they don't want things to be done in their name that is bad for people up on this end.
LA is just drawing everything to itself. People don't see that because it's not in their neighborhood. And so it becomes this mystery. Where does the water come from? It comes from my tap. There's not the consideration of where it's actually coming from. What is going to happen if all of a sudden water is no longer able to come from all these other sources? How is that going to impact everybody? I mean, things are so far away that by the time LA residents recognize that there's an issue, it's a catastrophe. And Los Angeles is just on the tip of disaster, and yet it doesn't have to be. I know UCLA has recently released a study to show that Los Angeles can become water self-sufficient. That does a lot for a community when you can recognize where your source of water is and that it's local and it's not having to move hundreds or thousands of miles to get to where you are. Implementing those strategies, it helps to provide a foundation so that Los Angeles isn't on the brink of wondering if it's going to be able to survive or not.
Mother Earth is the only thing that ever gave us anything. She gives us a place to stand. All the food that grows in the plants and water gives us air to breathe, water to drink. You change any one of those things, the world's quality of life will change. People need to look and teach each other about the balance of life. You can have a great quality of life if you just kind of learn to live more simple. Appreciate the world. Love the world. It's the only world we got. You don't take care of mom ain't gonna take care of you. That's how I look at it. Learn about Mother Earth. Watch a sunset, watch a sunrise, and see how precious that thing is. I always look at the astronauts when they go up like at space stations and they look at Earth, they always say, it's alive. And it is. Earth is alive. We are just a small part of it.
Paya is life.
Paya is life.
Water is sacred. Water is life.
Water is a blessing. Water is life.
Paya is life.
Paya is life.
Pa, water is life.
Pisha Paya.
Pa'ar iyo harinha.
Pare iyo harin ha.
Paya is life.